Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be doing a flip through of the month of January of 2021 in my Hobonichi Weeks. I do use this for planning, and I thought I'd kind of chat a little bit about how it's been going. And usually about a month in is when I can tell in any setup whether it's going to work for me, or I can tell the things that aren't going to be working and that may need to be changed, or that I'm just going to completely give up on it. I have been using the Hobonichi Weeks for the past 3 years. This will be the 4th year, and I have used it in some capacity for planning, but I have never fully depended on it as much as I am now. I have felt the most content with using this for planning now than I ever have. So since the last plan with me that I did, I have added this sticker. It's from Katie Daisy, so I will link that below. And I put my email address on here just in case this should be lost. I've never lost anything before, knock on wood, but I just felt like I should do that just in case. And I really like this sticker, so there's that. And then I added these Post-it page flags, which I've had for a long time. And I decided I much prefer these over the Hobonichi ones that come in the really cute cards, and they have a very slick finish to that. And I found that my gel pens hate them, and I don't want to go around switching my pens. I'm very happy with what I'm using. This is the Uniball One gel pen. So I'm not going to use those for this, and I stuck a bunch of these down here in case I want to use them because they don't have any sort of coating on them and they work really well with my gel pen. So that's done. And the months. So the months are the only places that I actually put any decor in, and it's just because I'm not doing it every day or every week. So I usually have this around me at all times, and if I have some stickers lying around, I will put some down, and it's really quick and easy. So the monthly spreads are pretty much the only ones that are going to have stickers or any kind of decor. Otherwise, I go for full functionality, and I'm only using my gel pen. So the monthlies are to emphasize the appointment times and activity times that I have committed to, and then birthdays, pretty much. I don't want to clutter it up too much, so I reference this as I'm planning each week just to see what is going on, but that's it. I don't go ahead. I like as far as decor, and then I use my sticky notes to write down future things that are of note. And here is the beginning. I do start on January the 1st. I like to have my planner contained within the actual year. I don't like starting it earlier than that. So for here, I just lettered this to take up some space. And I started off really having fun and experimenting with the right side of the page. Back in September, when I started really using the weeks heavily for planning, I liked breaking up the right side into fun things I like to do this week, focuses, stuff that really needs to get done within the week, and then a shopping section. I always need to write things down when they occur to me in my mind, so I liked having this here. Otherwise, I'm just going to forget to buy what I need to buy. And then on the left side is where I write tasks that I do want to accomplish on that day, and I usually pull from this section and see if there's any one of these things that I want to do or I have to do on the day, and then I'll just write it in. And then I also put my appointments. So I like to strike through whenever something is accomplished, and like sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. Like if the week is over, I'm not going to go back and like strike through stuff. I don't take it that seriously. It doesn't have to be like so perfect. So on the right side, like I said, I was really experimenting with how I wanted to lay it out. And I like this, but I felt like there was room for improvement, I guess, and to try some other stuff to see if something may click better. So the following week, I decided to highlight using a Tombow, and then I lettered the headings, which I hate, but also there's a reason I have just one pen on this system, and I don't have any extra pouches for any extra writing instruments. Is I need this to be portable, and I kind of went against my rule there by pulling out a Tombow, because then I don't want to carry that around with me. And I didn't like the way this turned out anyway. It was just something I wanted to try, so I let myself do it, and it didn't pan out. So that's totally fine. So as you can see, I have appointment times written really big, and then random reminders and tasks that I need to do. During this week, I did add a section called Focus. So I still have the fun things I'm enjoying, tasks that need to be done during the week, and then my shopping section. But I also wanted to add a focus, and not too many things, because I don't want my focus split a bunch of different ways in just 7 days. That's such a short amount of time. So I liked having this. Just a cursory glance each day or every other day kind of keeps me on track with that, because I can get really distracted and work a little here, work a little there, not do anything somewhere else. And so I like having this section because it does help to pull my focus on these specific things. So also, if I don't get something done on a day, I strike through and add an arrow, which means it moved to the next day. And I kind of like doing that, and I've continued that throughout the following weeks. Obviously, I just didn't feel like paying bills, but I actually did on this day. Also, I use my extra notes pages in the back. I use them pretty heavily, and what I've always really used them for is to take notes when I'm on a call or trying to schedule something or whatever. If I'm on the phone with somebody or I get some important information, I absolutely document it. I document when the conversation happened, the name of the person I spoke with, and then notes on what was discussed. So when I have notations written back here, whatever day that they happened, I am just using an asterisk, and I write whatever that notation is about. So when I'm going through past weeks, on a day, if I notice an asterisk, I know that there is a notation back here pertaining to that thing. So the first tab is on the current month. The second tab goes to the current week. And then the third tab that I have goes to all of the notations in the back. This is very messy, and it's meant to be. When I'm on the phone, I am writing really messy. I'm not trying to design a pretty page. So this is how it looks. It's all kinds of random, but it makes sense to me. I basically write the date and circle it, and then write the note following, except I didn't do it here. I got too ahead of myself. So I put an arrow saying this note is from that day. And then I just keep writing, whatever it is. And I have done this previously in my other weeks from previous years. And I was never quite consistent enough with it, but I put them all on my shelf in my living room because they make really great reference material. And I found that I really wished that I had been consistent and kept all the notations in one place. Because like in 2019, I was using the weeks, and then I went into the Hobonichi A6 and used that. And I just, things, when you switch planners, things are split up into different books. So that is another thing that has motivated me to really embrace this year, so that all of the important information is contained in one place. So this week is when I finally landed on something that I thought was really attractive to me. So I decided to letter fairly big all of the headers. And looking back, I noticed that I was actually having a lot of empty space. And I was just looking to see how much of the right side I was actually using for listing out all these things. And I noticed that I had so much extra space that I felt like I could take up some of that space by lettering larger, and yet I would still have enough room on the page to write out the lists. And that luckily happened to be the case. So for this, I actually drew these lines all the way across here, and I'm trying to capture where I whited it out. So you can see the strip of cream whiteout that I decided to shorten the lines. I didn't like the look of it all the way across. There was something that just didn't feel quite right. And so I thought, I wonder if I just shortened them, made them all the same length, if that would help. So, you know, in the spirit of experimenting, I covered them up, and I love it. It works so well. And it's definitely much more appealing to my eye. And in case anyone's interested, this is the correction tape I use. I actually bought it from Amazon Japan, and I will put that link below. I haven't found this kind in like US Amazon, so I'm not exactly sure where else you can get this, but I love that it's super tiny. It came in a pack of 2, and you know, you don't really need that much because it's correction tape, so I don't use it that often. But it's a really great match for this cream paper, so I absolutely love having it. So for here, I just did the same thing on the left side. Asterisks for notes in the back and appointment times, just everything as usual. But on the right side, I added the next week. Yeah. So the shopping section is always hit or miss. I kind of meal plan, but I don't know. I'm just not as devoted as I should be with it. So I knew that I didn't really need a huge section, and then I can always write in the notes pages if I need to extend a shopping list or whatever. Like, there's just ways around that. So I decided, because I had a lot of things on my mind and I had a lot of things I wanted to make sure I remembered, and I wanted a place to put that. So I decided to make a next week section. And this has kind of followed me in all the subsequent weeks. So this one, I changed it to note, and I just liked having this here because it made sure that I kept this thing at the forefront of my mind. It was just something I didn't want to forget, but it wasn't very pertinent to this particular week. So I liked being able to just have that there in my face. So I don't think there was anything else really. Yeah, nothing really changed. I just really love this whole right side of the page. It's appealing to me. It's fun for me to look at, and I love opening this up. And then it also keeps me quite organized as well. So it is still functional. I do love just using my pen. I'm very, very content with this. I think this is the one I did the plan with me on. I added some random doodles because I was like, I don't want to use stickers or anything like that. I don't want to go hunting for that kind of stuff, but I had some extra space, so I just randomly doodled, which I'm totally okay with. But yeah, not much else to say about that. And that brings us, well, to the end of January. So this is the current week. And yeah, so that's how I'm using it. Very, very simple. And the back pages, like I said, is quite intense. But you know, it's how I fill them up and how I like to keep everything of reference in one place. So way in the back, like the end of the notes pages, I have a place for pen tests. I was considering using a fountain pen, so I was kind of playing around with that, but the ones that I have, they're just not practical because I can't unscrew a cap, post it, and then write, like when I'm pushing a grocery cart and trying to wrangle my children, like I just need this. So I kind of got over that and put that aside, and if it ain't broke, you know. So on this side, I actually don't have this anymore. I am trying to be more conscientious about my spending, and usually if I get a gift card or something, I forget about it because like it's usually sent digitally. So I get it in an email and then it just gets lost down the list of emails. So for my birthday, my sister-in-law gave me a $50 Etsy gift card and I was like, heck yeah. So I wrote it here so I didn't forget about it. And then I spent it all. I just spent it like yesterday. So it did at least last a month. But so if I get anything else, rewards, points, or stuff like that, any other gift cards, I'm just gonna list them here so that I'm reminded to spend at these places first before anything else, before spending like my own money out of pocket. And then here I'm just keeping a list of the things that I have bought. And I am trying to pull back. I'm really decluttering and refining the things that I have and the stuff that I like. Because, I mean, I know what I like by now. I need to just be real. So for January, I only bought 2 things. So excited. I did get the Lindock pouch, which was from Etsy, except I totally forgot to use the Etsy gift card because I didn't know that you had to like click the link in the email and then it loaded it onto your Etsy. And so it was like a little bit of a process. But when Lindock pouches are sold, they're usually sold. She doesn't like have another one usually. So I felt like I was kind of under the gun. So I just bought it. I was like, whatever, it's fine. So I didn't use this, but obviously I used it for other stuff. So hopefully, you know, this can just be for the rest of the year that I don't have to go past this page. We shall see. I'm kind of like in a funk where I don't have things that I am really interested in right now. So anyway, that is how I'm currently using the Hobonichi Weeks, all of the sections, and how everything's going. It's going super, super well. I am really glad I just continued on with this for 2021. Let me know how it's going for you and if it's working out or not. Let me know also if you have any questions, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.